Hello, Black Party. 49th Black News serves as the weekly news segment tackling the latest in entertainment and pop culture news on the local, national, and world stages. Let's get to it. Chicago-based fashion designer Theory Roger has died. He specialized in merging classic designs with his modern creativity. He died of complications of colon cancer on May 8th in his home. He was a resident of the Albany Park neighborhood. Ellie Thompson, a longtime collaborator of Roger, said, quote, "As a designer, he was infinitely talented and was one of the best in Chicago," end quote. Roger grew up in Germany and then in France. Though he was initially interested in culinary arts or nursing, he ultimately enrolled in fashion school. He relocated to Chicago in 1990, where he began working as a couture designer. Roger was survived by his husband, Stephen Martin Roger. In the world of court and lawsuits, Cardi B was awarded $350,000 in the lawsuit related to the cover of her debut mixtape. Kevin Michael Brophy accused the rapper of misusing his back tattoos on the mixtape cover. The court ruled in Cardi's favor, making Brophy responsible for the payout. The rapper's lawyers told the jury that Brophy's tattoos were transferred into another piece of art, which is protected by the First Amendment. Brophy's legal team requested a new trial as they felt they weren't able to fully represent their case. Judge Cormac Carney had imposed a 30-minute limit on a cross-examination of Cardi B. This came after a heated exchange between lawyer Barry Capello and the rapper. The verdict ends an almost 6-year battle relating to the mixtape cover. Not only did Cardi B have a legal battle, she's also had her fair share of a battle on social media. She criticized the stepson of one of the passengers in the Titanic submersible, which is a submarine full of 5 people who wanted to see the Titanic wreckage. The submarine has been making headlines as it has sunk to the bottom of the ocean with no way of returning to the surface. Brian Szasz, the stepson in question, originally shared an article about his stepfather, Harnish Harding, writing in a Facebook post, quote, "Harnish, my stepdad, is lost in a submarine. Thoughts and prayers that the rescue mission will be successful," end quote. Sometime later, he posted a photo of himself at a Blink-182 concert. Cardi B forced her to taste, claiming she would rather be broke and have people who actually care about her, rather than be a billionaire with no one who cares about her.
Okay, so one of the billionaires that's missing on the water from that submarine, one of the billionaires, their stepson, is at a concert, right? At a Blink-182 concert. And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me. You're supposed to be counseling your mom and shit. Like, isn't it sad that you a whole billionaire and nobody gives a fuck about you? Like you missing and motherfuckers is ready to shake at concert. That's crazy. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke than and poor, but knowing that I'm loved.
Szasz responded to Cardi B's video tweet. He said, quote, "What a POS trashy celeb. Cardi B trying to get caught off me and my family suffering. I went to a Blink-182 concert for coping rather than sitting at home and watching the news. Shame on you, Cardi. Get some class," end quote. He followed up with another tweet that read, quote, "Cardi B, we all know your latest releases are trash, but is your career just desperate for attention now?" End quote. The Bronx rapper responded with a tweet of her own. She said, quote, "The point was, the whole world is praying for these people in the submarine, and this man's son is online shaking for girls off OnlyFans and going to Blink-182 concerts. You was looking for clout all along. Nobody knew who you were until you said that was your stepdad. This is why people hate you spoiled brat billionaires. Y'all so desensitized," end quote. Though it appears that Szasz deleted his tweets, BB Rexha received stitches after a phone nailed her in the face. A 27-year-old man named Nicholas Malfagna was arrested on Monday for throwing the phone during the singer's concert in New York. Malfagna was charged with 2 counts of assault of the 3rd degree, 1 count of harassment in the 2nd degree, 1 count of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, and 1 count of attempted assault in the 3rd degree. He confessed to throwing the phone and said, quote, "I was trying to see if I could hit her with the phone at the end of the show because it would be funny," end quote. Rexa later posted her injuries to Instagram with a caption that read, quote, "I'm good," end quote. Tenoch Huerta of Black Panther Wakanda Forever has exited the Netflix film Fiesta en la Madriguera following the allegations of sexual assault. Activist Elena Rios accused the actor of sexual assault via an Instagram post. The post read, quote, "It's very difficult to speak about emotional abuse and abuse by a sexual predator who is loved by the world for playing a character in a movie like Tenoch Huerta. He appears charming, which is a characteristic of a narcissist, and a good deal of victimization," end quote. Huerta responded via Instagram story saying that the accusation was unsubstantiated and he couldn't let it go unchallenged. He explained that he and Rios dated for many months and that it was consensual the entire time. He claimed to have hired a legal team to take appropriate actions to protect his reputation. Rios explained via Twitter why she took so long to denounce Huerta. She said in Spanish, quote, "Why didn't I report? Because I was afraid that this would happen. People who refuse to believe that a superhero is an abuser, manipulator, and sexual predator," end quote. Regarding Huerta's upcoming Netflix film, Huerta said in a statement that he wouldn't allow Rios' quote-unquote actions harm him or the work of the people working on the film. The statement ends with him naming his primary focus, continuing to restore his reputation. In the realm of sexual assault allegations, Dr. Luke has dropped his defamation suit against Kesha. The Your Love Is My Drug singer accused the producer of sexual assault in October 2014 when she filed her lawsuit. She alleged the producer sexually assaulted, battered, and harassed her in 2005. In the lawsuit, she asked for her contract with Kemosabe Records to be voided. In the original complaint, the producer and his legal team said, quote, "As part of the effort to get out of the Gottwald recording agreement, Kesha and her mom have also orchestrated a campaign of publishing false and shocking accusations against Gottwald to extort plaintiffs into letting Kesha out of the Gottwald recording agreement," end quote. In 2016, she dropped her California lawsuit in order to pursue legal action in New York. Kesha released her 2017 album Rainbow via RCA Records and Kemosabe Records because she was unable to get out of her contract, though she didn't have to work with Dr. Luke. After almost a decade, Kesha and Dr. Luke agreed to a resolution to the lawsuit. They released a joint statement which they both posted to their Instagram stories. Kesha's statement read, quote, "Only God knows what happened that night. As I've always said, I cannot recount everything that happened. I'm looking forward to closing the door on this chapter of my life and beginning a new one. I wish nothing but peace to all parties involved," end quote. Dr. Luke's statement read, quote, "While I appreciate Kesha again acknowledging that she cannot recount what happened that night in 2005, I'm absolutely certain that nothing happened. I never drugged or assaulted her and would never do that to anyone. For the sake of my family, I have vigorously fought to clear my name for nearly 10 years. It's time for me to put this difficult matter behind me and move on with my life. I wish Kesha well," end quote. Neymar appears to admit to cheating on his pregnant girlfriend, Bruna Biancardi. In a lengthy Instagram post, he apologized to Biancardi. It partially read, quote, "Bru already apologized for my mistakes, for unnecessary exposure, but I feel obligated to come publicly to reaffirm that. If a private matter has become public, the apology has to be public," end quote. Neymar allegedly cheated on Biancardi with social media influencer Fernanda Campos in February. According to MF, a Spanish-speaking gossip site, Neymar essentially is allowed to step outside their relationship, though, under 3 conditions. Any outside relationship must be discreet, he must wear a condom, and he cannot kiss them on the mouth. The conditions aren't officially confirmed. The couple announced being Cardi's pregnancy on April 18th, making her about 2 months pregnant. Kimora Lee Simmons and her daughter Aoki exposed ex-husband Russell Simmons for his alleged abuse. The feud began when Ming Ling posted tribute to her mom on Father's Day. Following the subtle shade, Russell took to Instagram and shared a cryptic message that read, quote, "Stop telling fathers they should have fought harder to see their children and start asking mothers why he had to fight at all," end quote. Kimora's other daughter, Aoki Lee, released a series of text messages and video chats with her dad. In one of the posted FaceTime calls, Russell was seen saying, quote, "I'm broke, she took everything," end quote. This is a reference to when Russell sued his ex-wife and her current husband for fraud. The duo countersued and a judge ruled for Russell to pay them $100,000. Aoki captioned the now deleted video with various allegations. For one, Russell allegedly threatened and bullied Ming Ling and their grandmother. He allegedly sent a man to Ming Ling's apartment at 2 a.m. to scare her. Kimora came to her daughter's defense via her Instagram stories.
One day, he just kind of cut the kids off. There was no more money coming in, no more like allowance, quote unquote allowance. I think he probably did that just to double up the expenses on me, which is no problem. I stepped up, I did it. But when he did this, it was around just before finals and graduation. It was some months ago, just before finals and graduation. And he did it without telling the kids or talking to the kids or anything. He did it, it's funny, after he did an interview with, I heard some clips from an interview with this young man. I don't know, but I see him a lot. I think his name is Academic or DJ Academic. Oh, happy Juneteenth, you guys. We're doing all this on Juneteenth. Come on, let it go. Let it out. So I saw in that clip, that was some months ago too. You can go and reference it and find it, where he told this guy, he was on and on about this guy. And I think it was about old school hip hop heads and how you should honor them, which I believe you should. But he was saying to the guy, like, "I'm so rich, I got this and I got that, and I'm this and that." None of that could be further from the truth. The point of saying all this is that if you look, this person has not been to any events, did not come to graduation, no, he wasn't particularly wanted, but no one stopped you, hasn't sent a flower or a gift or a kind word, cut the kids off when they were traveling around. Yoki was on a trip to Greece with the classics department. She didn't know that her little debit card or whatever wasn't working. That was a whole mess. And it's a lot. Again, you parents will know when you have kids that are in the middle of finals and studies and stuff like that, and stuff comes up and their things aren't going through and they're, whatever. It's been a stressful past months getting through college, and it's been a stressful past just couple of years dealing with this just dealing with this craziness.
After the dust settled, Russell took to Instagram to publicly apologize to both of his daughters, Ming Ling and Aoki Lee. The apology partially read, quote, "Deeply sorry for being frustrated and yelling, but I know this, there are no conditions. For sure I love you guys more than I love myself," end quote. And MP Matt Jeanrue feels some type of way about Taylor Swift's lack of tour stops in Canada. The conservative politician might follow Australia's lead and file a quote-unquote official grievance with Parliament to encourage the songstress to add some Canadian stops to her Eras tour. This letter of grievance partially read, quote, "It has come to my attention that despite much anticipation, Taylor Swift's Eras tour has neglected to include any Canadian dates or locations as she released her international dates, which includes stops throughout Asia and Europe, similar to what's being considered in Australia. I would like to file an official grievance within Parliament on behalf of all Swifters in Canada for her and her team to reconsider," end quote. As of right now, there hasn't been any Canadian stops added to the tour, and it's not clear if any will be added.